Well, meantime, a railroad bridge in Ashtabula is now raising some serious concerns, not just about appearances, but about public safety and transparency. City leaders say they're getting few answers from the railroad company that owns it, and residents, they're pretty worried too. Candace Hare went to see it for herself.
This is the railroad bridge on Lake Avenue in Ashtabula, and this is what's holding it up. Rust, corrosion, holes in the steel, worrying signs on a structure that carries freight trains over one of the city's busiest streets.
It's on a main thoroughfare here in the city. Our hospital is within a stone's throw away, and that's the largest hospital here in the county that serves thousands of people a day. So if there was an incident on that line, not only are you shutting down half the city from getting to the hospital, we're probably evacuating that hospital depending on what materials were in that train and the danger that it poses in a certain area.
I came to see the more than 100-year-old bridge myself. The visuals were troubling. But is the bridge's structure compromised? It's hard for the city to know because they're barely told anything. When they requested an inspection report from the Federal Railroad Administration, this is what they were given. Basic details like the bridge's location, its length and type, and a checkbox saying safe or out of service.
Are we getting a lot of information out of them besides, yes, it's inspected annually and yes, it's safe? No. And that is more by design, I guess you'd say, of the federal government.
This bridge is privately owned by CSX. That, combined with federal regulations on information required in public inspection reports, means local officials are often left in the dark.
And I think, when you're dealing with companies of this size that are self-reporting, there's that trust issue right there. And we do have the open dialogue, but we need a little bit more. We need something to reassure our residents that these structures are safe and that they're doing what they need to do to maintain them.
And local officials can't inspect the bridge themselves, even if they wanted to, even if residents are worried.
Does that look like damage or weakness to you? It does to me. It does to me.
Anthony Oquendo is one of those residents.
I drive underneath the bridge daily, several times a day to be more specific. I just knew something needed to be done about it before something bad happens.
Something bad. That's what people fear.
Some people hold their breath when they go underneath the bridge. Some people won't even stop underneath the bridge if there's a train and they catch a red light.
I reached out to CSX, who via statement acknowledged residents' concerns about the bridge's appearance. They said, quote, "The Lake Avenue Bridge in Ashtabula, Ohio literally carries our business," adding that it, quote, "has been determined safe for railroad operations following an inspection in October of 2024. A routine spot check was conducted last week, and the October findings were reaffirmed." In the meantime, residents and officials alike say they want more information about inspections to be publicly available.
I would hope that the federal government, in seeing the full reports, if there were red flags, they would be addressing them and making CSX address them. Over the years when we've sent them concern, they've done cosmetic things to the bridge. They haven't, looked at actually replacing it or showing us plans that, hey, here's how a replacement would go. And I hope what comes out of this isn't just, we're gonna come out and scrape off some of the rust and patch some holes and paint it. I hope that they can give us a little bit more reassurance that it is structurally sound and maybe there's a 10-year plan on its replacement.
Now, when it comes to who is able to access those inspection reports, that's in the hand of federal lawmakers. Brissa, I can tell you that I have reached out to some members of Ohio's congressional delegation, and I plan on continuing to do so as we really push for more transparency to be required of these railroad companies.
It's very scary. I mean, those rusted out holes in there too, and the cracks. Residents have a valid point being worried traveling under that. Thank you, Candace.